Hey, do you guys remember that Borderlands movie from a year or two ago? Does anybody?
Yeah, I never watched it, but I remember because Jamie Lee Curtis was in it.
Yeah, and she was playing a character that was like 30 or 40 years younger than she
That's
was.
the thing. They all were doing that. Like they were definitely cast too old for some of these characters.
Oh my God, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna talk about it because now the director Eli Roth, who I forgot made the movie, by the way, he's known mostly for horror, but he's got a new horror movie coming out that's pissing people off because he's got AI in it or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But in that conversation promoting this new movie, he's talking about what went wrong. He said he basically made a movie for nobody. The movie is for nobody, and he blames the studio. He blamed Lionsgate because they wanted to make it PG-13, and he's like, well, we should have made it R-rated and done a lot of things differently, but it was a movie for nobody because it wasn't for the fans, obviously, because they changed so much. It wasn't for general audiences because it was hard to crack because it was such a weird thing, and video game movies are kind of hit or miss now, and it got 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it made
yeah, I didn't see it because it wasn't worth the time.
I forgot it existed. We did a couple of videos about what a massive failure it was, and then it just disappeared. Like everybody forgot this movie was made until this week. So let's talk about what went wrong according to Eli Roth with the ill-fated Borderlands movie for people who don't like Borderlands and want to watch a movie that isn't anything like Borderlands, I guess. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woo.
Go out to your favorite podcast application, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out CLOWNFISH TV podcast. The audio version, you can take us with you. So thank you very much for that. Let's talk about this. Borderlands director says his 10% Rotten Tomatoes rated video game adaptation went wrong because it belonged to nobody. What? He said he was the director of the much reviled Borderlands adaptation. This has come from Games Radar. He's spoken out on what went wrong. The movie holds a Rotten Tomatoes score of 10%. It's one of the lowest, I think, ever.
That's bad.
And it grossed only $33 million worldwide. Hey, Supergirl, it could be so much worse. As things grow bigger, studios just naturally become more risk averse, he told Variety. My nature as a filmmaker is to do the thing that's left of center because that is what worked for me. Uh-oh. The film was rated PG-13 and the studio executives pushed for changes to ensure the classification, an eyebrow-raising move considering the game's level of violence and irreverent sense of humor. You got something that belonged to nobody. It's not a kid's movie, but it's trying to appeal to everybody. Well, that was the thing that got me too. Like they were using Jack Black to be like, hey, everybody, come see the Borderlands movie. And it's so cool and cute. And hey, they're fellow kids. And at that point, like nobody cared about the franchise either because they ran it into the ground. It says for gamers, but it doesn't have the violence the gamers want because it can't be that extreme because it costs too much. You just wind up with a movie that's neither fish nor fowl. Well, it was.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it is. Like the audience that should be made for, it should have been, a lot more graphic and it should have been rated a lot, higher. Like it should have been like R or whatever.
Yeah.
And they tried to go with we're going to cast a wider net, but that doesn't mean people are going to be interested in that aren't already playing the game. And the ones playing the game are going to want the edgier movie.
Yeah, and that's just it. Yeah, they were using Claptrap. I remember they had Jack Black, and he's in I think it's mandatory that he is in every video game movie now, Jack Black. But they were trying to make it out like it was like I remember it was a really cringy like kids thing, like hey everybody, hey kids,
I know, yeah,
watch the movie. With a bunch of old ass actors in it that don't look anything
like the Supergirl. It's like who was this for? And that's because you don't know who it's for. It ends up doing shit.
They said, yeah, things look brighter with Zelda and all that. Oh, I'm waiting for them to cast Jack Black as, Ganon.
No, there's another guy that probably can't casting for that I read the other day. But
Sam Neill's going to be in it. That's crazy. But yeah, I so this has come from World of Real. Eli Roth blames Lionsgate for failure, says Final Cut was not his. So let's see if there's anything new in here. But that's true. This is what happens with a lot of these adaptations. They're like, yeah, we want the IP. We just don't want the IP to be like the IP because,
See also Star Wars. See also She-Ra. See, all these things are not doing well.
Yeah. Now, World of Real says let's be clear. There's nothing in Borderlands that even hints at a better movie if it were R-rated. His defense is laughable. The finished product doesn't suggest that a harder rating would have solved its fundamental problems.
So that could be the case. I mean, he's trying to argue that if it could have been what the audience expected.
The performances are flat. The humor rarely lands. The world building feels strangely lifeless, and the story is dull. I think Squid King has watched it because he was a huge fan of the Borderlands games. Mm-hmm. And when he first saw the trailer, he's like, "What the hell was that?" I think
that's what happened in this movie. Most people saw the trailer and they were like, "What the hell is that?"
It's like, yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, welcome to the club." So now you're old enough that you can see all your favorite childhood memories being dragged, their corpses being dragged around on screen by Hollywood executives, because we've been going through this for the last at least 10, 20 years now, where they keep bringing things back from when we were younger, but bringing them back badly and fundamentally misunderstanding what worked about them. But they said they did a bunch of reshoots and everything. And wow. That's interesting. So the guy who worked on, I think it's Mason, the guy who worked on the Last of Us TV show had his credit removed from the project because he didn't want to be associated with it. It was that bad. Probably because, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, they said they think that other name was like a pseudonym or something.
Yeah, it was a pseudonym because it was so bad he didn't want his name on it. Damn. You've screwed up, right? You screwed up. Let's see here. This come from Reddit. We'll cover this real quick and then we'll wrap it up. What else is there to say? The movie was dog shit. It was ill-conceived.
And now he's trying to be like, "Oh, it wasn't my fault."
Well, he's trying to salvage his reputation.
I do think to a point he's not wrong in the fact that the audience expected one thing. They were told to tone it down, keep it cheaper, and everything else. That probably is true. Casting choices and stuff are probably made based on some of this other idiocy or who's friends with whom. And he's not probably wrong about some of that, but I didn't see the movie to know if it would make it better or worse. So I think there's some truth to what he's saying, but do I think that excuses everything? No.
No. People said, yeah, you can't do a half-ass. You have to go full send. I looked at the cast. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God, they're way too old.
Well, and they were
she looks like choices. The Crypt Keeper. What are you doing?
They were weird choices. And the thing is, like, you're like, oh, we'll put the border. It's that whole mentality from Hollywood. We have an IP, we'll slap the name on it, everybody will show up. And maybe once upon a time that was true. But people learned after the bait and switch, but repeatedly with like Star Wars and Star Trek and She-Ra and all this other stuff, that, just because you put the IP name on it does not mean it's good. Especially when if you get a bad feeling from seeing the trailer, then that's probably going to be indicative of the whole movie, so don't go.
Yeah, and it looked like what they were going for, honestly, was Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, if you watch the trailer, it's like, oh, they're like, we're going to make a PG-13 like Guardians of the Galaxy, and, we're going to get some, I mean, they had, like, a really good cast. They had freaking Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis on the cast. It's like, and you still fucked it up. Like,
well, it gets me is they read the script and thought they wanted to do this.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm like, I think Kate Blanchett will literally do any movie. I think she's like Nicolas Cage. I think you could just like be like, hey, Kate, I'll give you like $50 to do this character in this movie. Like she won an Oscar, didn't she? She's like a huge and it's like she will literally just play in anything at this point. You want to be a Marvel super villain? Okay, cool. Do you want to be Bob Dylan? Okay, cool. Do you want?
I guess a job's a job at this point in time, especially with Hollywood drying up. So you'll take whatever you can get. But
yeah, this is all to promote his Ice Cream Man, and his whole thing with that is there's no studio oversight, and I guess it's gory as hell. But they found out that a lot of it is done with AI because it includes dismembering children.
Oh,
so. Maybe he wasn't. I'm just going to say, maybe he wasn't the right one to do this movie just from the get-go.
Yeah. But I honestly don't. I don't know who you could have done this movie that would have been appealing. Because if there already were mandates to keep it cheaper, there already were mandates to keep it a wider release with a PG-13 rating and things like that. And honestly, Borderlands is mostly going to just appeal to the people that play the game. It was very limited to begin with. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea at all. Other than, video game movies are doing well. Yeah, ones like, Sonic or Mario Brothers or Zelda, things that are widely loved across the board. Maybe decades old games. Maybe.
Yeah, I was looking at this, and beyond Guardians, I was like, I remember when they tried the World of Warcraft movie, and that was a huge flop. I think, I don't know, nobody even talks about that. The Doom movie with Dwayne Johnson, which I forgot even existed.
Oh, I didn't even remember about that. Yeah, like so I'm saying, you're picking. It works well for certain games.
Rampage.
Oh, yeah, Rampage.
Also, Dwayne Johnson.
You can't just slap any game on a movie and be like, oh, this is going to work, unless you go all in on the movie or all in on the game to do it properly. And you're not. And even then, it's not going to work because it's very limited on an audience, unless it's something that everybody plays all the time and had many, many, many games of and is beloved across the board, like Mario. It's not going to work.
I am really curious how Street Fighter is going to do. I mean, it looks like dumb fun, but I'm also like, it might be so dumb. And that's one of the biggest video games, arcade games of all time.
I actually want to see that one. I was more interested in that than I was Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat 2 sucked.
A lot of people liked it. Yeah. It wasn't a me movie. You can like it. A lot of people love it, and that's fine. I mean, it just wasn't for me. I have more, faith in Street Fighter, but I also know it's going to be probably the last Street Fighter, where it's going to be, a limited number of people go. It's going to be like more of a cult type thing than it's going to be a wide release popular movie.
Anyway, there we go, guys. The blame game. This is way too late. I think his NDA is probably up too. So we got to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.